Yeah, we're a bit quieter today, so I thought I might as well do my flashcards first, and then as we wait for more people, and then we can have a little chat. So it's flashcard time, mate. That's how we're doing it. Oops, accidentally clicked it. Did mouth unid, I know that. Sign, like allotment. Covenant, Kundiv increase, and progress caravan. What is a caravan? I keep forgetting what a caravan is. Oh shit, okay, that's a faction. Krevith, that's faith. Kamlas. Domo. Oh, how do you pronounce that? What? Is that shoken? Do you say shoken? Is it, is it onyomi? Shoken desu. Shoken desu. Hello, welcome. And hello, Matthew Kennedy. Hello, Walking Sophie. Good to have you here. Always good to see new faces. Have you been here before, or is it the first time? How did you end up on my channel? Normally, I do a bit of chat before you actually get into the studying, but today, thought, hey, might as well start with my obligatory flashcards. Kamlas, this is the flashcards for my citizenship test, because I'm doing it in Welsh. Oh, speaking of which, I might have an update about that afterwards. Let me prepare my little computer to give you that update. Not sure how exciting that's going to be, but I can talk about it in a little bit. My first time watching a live stream. Hello, welcome to a live stream. Have you seen the other ones before? Are you a regular viewer of my other videos? Kamlas, canal. Keep saying channel. It's the same word anyway. I was actually editing this afternoon. I thought, hey, it might be time to make a new video. It's been a while. I've been doing a lot of different things, so now I can finally lock in and make some videos again. I've got a bunch of stuff like planned, waiting me to edit, and also I have things that I have new ideas. I just got one like a few days back, and I'm working on it. I'm not sure if it's going to work out well, but you know what? The idea is what matters. So I'm starting to script that. I haven't seen the other ones before. Well, don't know if this is a good introduction to my content, but welcome anyway. Sreddo. Oh, Sreddo. Oh, that's how you say threads. Sreddo de Israel-san no commento. Is it ibai or is it ipai? My resolution is not very high. I can't even see if it's a ba or a pa. Jesus Christ, would it be better if I look at it in the browser? Yes, it is. Ipai mita. It's probably my Electron, because I'm on Linux, if you guys are here for the first time, and sometimes it is not very aesthetically successful. Now, I think it's actually last week when we had a problem where some people tried to put Chinese in there, and then for some reason I don't even know why. It's for the past few months we had I had some problems with showing lots of Chinese characters in specific apps like Telegram, Discord, OBS Studio. I don't know what's going on. I've been planning to like redo my entire system, but you know it takes some time to prepare. So it's, if you put like Chinese in here, you're gonna run into problems. Any Chinese characters, not just like Chinese language. Is it Jitsu Hong Kong Jin desu? Are you Hong Kong Jin as well? So do you come in from my threads? I guess I've been more active on threads lately. I've always been quite active, but lately I was engaging more with the Hong Kong community on there because of, you know, what happened. So Fleet will be a Singus, Darganvod, Director Cavalwithor. I think I'm gonna see this word in my studies today because I'm gonna be looking at culture things. Rosin Rose, unemployment Diwaithra, Adoli, idolize, worship, Hyfordian training. Muin, it's like a mineral. Diayok, not guilty. Archescop dedicated or something like that. Oh no. Obligatory, obligated, mandatory, binding. Yeah, close enough. Kyo JLPT N3 N3 or is it uke ni ikimasu? Oh, like right now? Are you going to do your N3 right now? Or is it depends on where you are. I don't know what time zone you're in. Cause if you're in Hong Kong or in Japan or wherever, then that would be no, hold on. That's like the middle of the night right now, isn't it? So where are you doing your N? Do they say like N5 or N3? I'm guessing N5. 12 hours later. 12 hours later. Wait, hold on. You are in Hong Kong. Okay, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Because now it is like 3 o'clock. Jesus Christ, are you doing well? Are you gonna get some sleep? A Japanese course that specifically only teaches you Edo period Japanese, so the learner unwittingly talks like a samurai. Imagine. I mean, my friends just sent out information about a course in somewhere in the States on classical Armenian. So, I mean, there are courses like that, but obviously they tell you, you're doing flashcards. Yes, let's do flashcards together. Perfect. Let's do it together. Umprit. Sean Korn. Silginiad. What do you call that? Not distortion. Forgot the English word. Mutilation, yeah, mutilation. I know the word. Oysa kerrik. Oysa kerrik. Kerrik. Stone Age. I started learning Lao because they did what America couldn't, beat Vietnam. Wait, what? Is that the reason? I'm about to, after getting the last 100 done. Is that flashcards for your Anki? Sorry, no, for your N3. That is crazy. I would go to bed right now. That's more important. In fact, you know what? I was editing my video where my vlog for my Welsh exam, and basically I was talking about my thought process when I was going to the exam, or just before that, or my reflections immediately after the exam. And yeah, it's interesting because I did the exam half a year ago. That's crazy. That time flies. But yeah, half a year ago, and I don't remember how it was like being that moment now. So while I'm editing that vlog, I'm looking back at what I said to myself, and I was like, oh yeah, that's how I felt at the time. Especially when I was still in that state of uncertainty. Like now I know I passed. Now I know I have my certificate. But when I did my exam, I genuinely thought I was going to fail. And before that, I was also like nervous, thinking about what to go through just before the exam. I'm worried it might be a bit of a boring watch. I'm not sure. I'm like sort of selling myself short now, but it's very like introspective. It is basically just me being nervous before the exam and talking to the camera, thinking out loud, all that. Lots of talking. I didn't do enough B-roll, so it's really hard to add in any voiceover right now. But yeah, so do I miss it? Do I miss doing my language exam? I'm not really. But if I were you right now, I'd go to bed. They defeated Viet invaders in medieval period. Okay, they did. Oh my god, you did like 900 cards. I was talking to a student of mine about flashcards the other day because I have a student who is also a speaker of many languages and a learner of many languages. He just happens to be learning Cantonese with me. And we talked about flashcards, and he said, oh yeah, what I do is I scan entire books and then like use OCR to turn that into text, and then use like a script to pick out all the words that exist on Wiktionary and that words that I haven't learned before, and automatically stuff them all in the flashcard deck. And I'm like, that is insane. And I'm like, how many flashcards do you do per day? He says like 200. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I do like 20 new flashcards every day. I can't imagine doing 200 new ones. That's 10 times. My doctor said to me, bravo. What did you do, Amr? What have you done? How's it going? Don't forget to learn Thai. They technically beat Vietnam by funding the... What is this coming from? Can I read Tibetan? Is that Tibetan? A bit more politically dicey. I'll make every single card manually. That's what I do as well, except the ones that I download, I guess, which are the ones I'm doing right now. I got this from the internet. I got my Uyghur one from the internet. But whenever I make cards, I do everything manually, which I don't do often. I'm sorry, I'm not an Anki lover. I use it when I feel like it is the right thing to do, which it is now. Barnur, the judge. Arian Kuvretol. Kuvret, close enough. Anwid, that's the blue. Nos Kalangeyav. No, Guil Kalangeyav. General, common. Kefretino is general, Kefretino is common. Aldir. Authority. Why is it capitalized? I don't like that it's randomly capitalized. Rhydd Vreniad. Rhydd Vreniad. Forgot again. Something with like freedom and emancipation. Yeah, it is emancipation. Adroddiad, no. Datganiad treth. It's a tax statement. Datganiad treth. Ysgallen, that's a thistle. Dyfriol, abusive. Cydybu, cwmni darlledu Brydeinig. I just realized there isn't any new cards. Am I done? Have I gone through the entire... What? What? Have I learned them all? There shouldn't be there more. Shouldn't there be more? So that's Sant Andreas. It's Aundra in Gaelic. Llyfr Dydd Allforio. Export. I'm going to have to add more into that then, because I've looked up several words in here. I haven't actually added them into the deck. This is not my deck. I got it from someone else. For my main deck, I used to do 35 new per day. I already know. Is that Burmese? Retention rate about 92%. So on average, is about... Yeah, someone's a connoisseur. I don't understand the statistics. I'm learning Tibetan. Whoa, we've got the hardcore language learners in the chat today. I told that I got an almost perfect mark on my translation exam. She was commending. Oh, congratulations, Slay. How rare? I don't know what that is. Is that ye? Cavender, cousin. Caravan, that's a faction. Gwas press. Rhyddfrydiaeth. Liberalism. Amrywiaeth. Diversity. Variation. Teirin. Monarch? Yeah. That's the Pope. Goddefgarwch. Tolerance. Arglwydd amddiffynwr. Lord Protector. Oliver Cromwell. Cyfreithiwr. Lawyer. Solicitor. Archwilio. Fforio. Cyfandir. Cargraunt. Cambridge. I always confuse that with Cargaint, which is Canterbury. Welsh comes from... Yeah, it means foreigner. That's what it meant. Yeah. And did you know that... while you're on a topic... So, you might know that Welsh came from a root that meant foreigner, but did you know that the same root appears in lots of different languages and lots of different names? I mean, because originally that was used by the Germanic peoples to refer to anyone that is like not like them. So that included the Celts, and that also included like Roman peoples, people derived from the Romans. So that's why you have words like well in Romania. You have it in like Belgium and all sorts of different things. Just because they were like, oh yeah, that guy doesn't speak our language. They are a foreign weirdo. So yeah, it's not necessarily a Celtic thing. It's just lots of different peoples. Enough Anglo-Saxons, enough British. Sorry about that. I do have to do my exam. Like, that is what the stream is for. I mean, you're welcome to be here. I can't not do what I have to do, right? Yes, because yeah, neat. Because Romanians have called like Vlachs, right? Vlachs or something, and then you have got Wallonia in Belgium. Those are all from the same root. Casualties. Casualties. Di Cossetion. Okay. Cossetion. Uwchradd. Oxford, I know that. Dedfrydiad. Tramgwydd. Like something to do with offenses. Oh, it is offense. Okay. What is the plural though? What is the plural? Tramgwydd. Tramgwyddion, as I thought. Benefit. Bid. Rhagfarn. Rheithfarn. Yeah, rhagfarn is prejudice. Rheithfarn is goresgyn. Conquer. Invade. Ethel. That's the Welsh one. That means tools. Oh no, that's the English. Sorry. That's fine. I know that. Cloddio. It's not claddu. Cloddio. Something with rocks. Mine. Not bad. Melin. That's a mill. Nawthsand, patron saint. Chwrdro Gogonedis. That's Glorious Revolution. That's when William III came and took over from James II. Discrimination. Braint. Privilege. Priodas Orfod. Oh, a forced marriage. Weapon. Restoration. Restoration, yeah. That's Faries. That's no, not Ulster. Is that Ulster? It is Ulster. Ach, superpower. Triniaeth Gydradd. Equal treatment. Symudlin. Animation. Anufudd-dod. Disobedience. Cynyddu. Tyfu. Lluosogi. Cynhyrchu. Produce. Cynradd. Primary school. Adroddiad. Report. Helyntion. Troubles. Echel. Axis. Cynhinen Peter. That's not the leek. Cynhinen's leek. This is the flower. What's that called? What's it called? The daffodil. Quick. Ethelright. What's the English? That's the right to elect. Suffrage. Corn. Is it just corn? Eid. There we go. Ifidhau, obey. Rhaniad, partition. Cyfranedd, proportion. Modurol, something. Automobile. Ymddiriedolaeth genedlaethol, National Trust. Dianuddio. Elusen. Just Jacob. Sheriff. Dydd Gonyn y Groclith, Good Friday. Donation. Gwerin. Bloody Mary. That's a product. Goods. Gas. Oh shit. That's the Constitution. Guy Fawkes Night. Sarn a Cawr. Giant's Causeway. Oh, I actually have done the whole thing. I need to add new ones in there now. Chad, should I add new ones on stream or should I do it off stream? What do you think? Let me. Should I make new flashcards on stream? Yes. No. So let's see who's here now. A couple of you guys. Let's see what they miss. Manchu. Okay. Cool. Continue. Okay. Right. Well, Yes, someone says yes. Oh, 5 people have said yes. Oh, in that case, I might as well go for it then. That's a very unanimous outcome. So how do I actually? It's a new window, so I have to switch. Hold on, how do I do this? Add. Where's my add window? Hold on. I actually don't know how to switch my windows. Add. There we go. Oh, why is it like all weird and what? Why is it all chopped off? Ah, that's fine. Who cares? Oh, one person said no. Oh, two. One person? I think one person. Well, I love democracy. Is that a meme? I love democracy. Clothes. I actually like my clothes. When I make my flashcards, I always use clothes if I can. Anyway. Okay, let's see the stuff that I have looked up myself, which is a lot. I have to like go back to the book and see like what stuff I've looked up. Brutter a Boyne. The anniversary of the Battle of Boyne in July. Okay, so let's see, my Northern Ireland. I actually don't know how to say Northern Ireland. That's weird. Northern Gogledd Iwerddon. There we go. Gogledd Iwerddon yn dathlu. Is there a way to change your vote? Did you regret it already? Dathlu. What is the anniversary? That's anniversary. Anniversary is Gwyl Penblwydd. Is it? Wait, that's so weird. How would you say have Penblwydd perthynas? Is it Penblwydd? I guess it's Penblwydd. Yeah. So it's the same as birthday. I guess it is the same in French as well. Penblwydd. Brutter. And then Boyne. Ar gyntaf gorffen gorffennaf. No, they don't celebrate it. They don't celebrate it in 1690. They celebrate it. It happened in 1690. Close deletion. Actually, I'm not very good at this. Which one do I use, chat? This one? I guess. Odd amount of William III related content. Yeah. I'm just looking back at the stuff I have looked up earlier. Let's say No Son Gita Folk, we had that already. Al Ardhangoshad. Yep, firework display. My Ardhangoshad. I don't know why I keep thinking in Scottish Gaelic once in a while, because I want to say like Ha Ardhangoshad Aun, and also when I did the last one, I wanted to use the future tense, because in Gaelic you use the future tense for like things that happen regularly. My Ardhangoshad Tan Gwyllt Bob Pimed Tachwedd. Pimed. Is that how you do it? I guess. And then what else? Dydd y cofio. Cofhau. Habiau. Torchau. Mae pobl yn gwisgo pabiau. No, pabiau ac yn rhoi porchau ar ddydd A cofio. I can do 2, right? I guess. Oh, is it? Do I do this? Yeah, I do this. Never learned about the Glorious Revolution in school. It's just Romans. Skip a millennia to the Tudors. The nice 300 year old break into the Blitz. Really? Oh, too bad then. There's a lot of Glorious Revolution things in this exam, I think. Cervio Chisernai. There's a lot of like I'm just going through the holiday stuff because I'm going backwards. So Halloween. So my pobl yn cerfio llusernau o bwm pennau ar nos Calan Gaeaf. So cerfio llusernau. I'll do that. Which Anki is this? What do you mean which Anki? That's just that's just the one Anki. Dydd y Tadau, dydd ffwl ebryll, gwneud sport am ben. Paid a gwneud sport am ben dy ffrindiau di. Mae dydd ffwl ebryll wedi mynd. Oh, what? No, what did I do? I didn't put the clothes in. Oh, no, I did put the clothes in. There's lots of off-brands. What do you mean? That's the original one. It's open source, isn't it? Dydd Calan Aberthi. Oh, yeah, let's do the aid. That's very important. Because I think that is actually in the exam, or at least it might be. Aid ul al. I've got how to pronounce dathlu aberthiad. Ibrahim aberthi ei fab ac yn dangos ei ymrwymiad I dduw. Imagine just me casually talking about Islam things in Welsh. Aberthau, ebyth, lladd du. Oh, it's fine. I don't need to lladd du. I'll do a couple more and then we can like read some new stuff. Hindŵiaid drigioni. Good over. Oh, okay. Mae Diwali yn dathlu bydd. Oh yeah, buddigoliaeth. I think. Yeah, buddigoliaeth. Yeah, buddigoliaeth. Y da dros. Is it a drigioni? Gaining of knowledge. How do you say gain knowledge? Ennill, yeah, is it? Ac ennill wybodaeth. Victory of good over evil. Let me double check. Dros drwg. Is it dros the drwg or is it dros? Dros drwg. I'll do this one instead. Mae yna ddathliad enwog yng Nghaerlir. Don't know if you know that's Leicester. What else? Gwr San Steffan, Pasg, Dydd, a Grocglith, I have that already. Oh, hey, yep. Dros gyfnod grawys, mae pobl yn aberthu ympridio, neu is it Would you say you sacrifice one thing, or do you just say you give up one thing? They give up my favorite food during Lent. That's Lent. Roedd gorau i'w hoff fwydydd. Yep. Grawys. That's a difficult one. Assume the citizenship test is still on. Was worried for you after hearing about the new mandatory reform. We can talk about that briefly. No, for real. We can talk about that afterwards. I'll just make a couple more flashcards and then I'll do the rest of it after the stream. I forgot what is aver. See, I wrote some words in my book, but I don't even remember what they mean. What is aversaden? Oh yes, that's a wafer. It's a very cursed word. Aversaden. Come in. Ynystod. Come in. My I don't know how to spell Cristnogion. Is it Cristnogion? Yep. Cristnogion and Wita Aversaden. Ac yfed gwyn. This is the Holy Communion. This is the wafer. Do we do the Christmas ones? I mean, that's the title of the stream. Okay. Let's do this, the Christmas one. My llawer o bobl yn addurno coeden Nadolig yn eu tai ac yn... I think I already have mince pie, bwyta teisen mince pie teis senau friwdda dros yn friwdda. Yep, let's do both. Addurno. See, that's the holiday stuff. I don't know how many Welsh speakers there are in the chat, but you know, let's see how many of these things you know how to talk about. We've got all the religions, all of them. It's a shame that bald men shouting at travel lodges is a viable political tactic. Okay, let's talk about the what do you call that? Okay, let's talk about the immigration reform that they are planning. To be fair, it has been a while since I talked about this kind of stuff on stream, and it actually directly affects me. I did make a short about one aspect of it, and so I thought this might be a good moment to address that. So what do you want to know about it? What do you want to talk about it? Chat, you can feel free to ask me questions about my thoughts or how things affect me, because I might miss out some things if I just keep on ranting. So there's lots of things that they changed. First of all, the default, not changed. They proposed the changes, which, I mean, considering the thumping majority that Labour have, are quite likely to come to fruition. It's just a matter of when, not if. So, first of all, they changed the default. They are going to change the default immigration period to 10 years rather than 5 years. So I assume that people don't know much about the immigration process in the UK, because I have lots of Brits in my chat, in my audience, and lots of born and bred ones that don't have to go through that. So if you want more details, go to the Evan Edinger video, because he's got like all the routes and all the details of what you need to do and how to do it. But most of the routes need 5 years for now, including mine. Mine is a special one, so I'll go into more detail later. So the default is going to become 10, which means you get a visa, you come here and do whatever you are allowed to do with the visa for 10 years. And then you can get settlement or indefinite leave to remain. That will be the default after they make these changes. Which, by the way, before this, we have a route called long residence, which means if you stay here for 10 years, no matter what you do, you're allowed to gain settlement. And that exists because, for example, if you're a student, if you study in the UK, that does not normally count towards your settlement. You have to work. For example, if you study here for 3 years and then start working afterwards, your 5 years only starts when you start working. Your 3 years in uni does not count. But if you happen to have studied here for ages, for example, you started here in secondary school and then university and then masters, and then you, I don't know, you do a doctorate or you go to work for like 1 year, and you do not qualify for settlement through the normal work visa route yet, but you have been in the UK for 10 years, then you can get long residence and get settled anyway. So that was a thing. I don't know if that's going to be a thing now that the default is going to be 10 years. I don't know how that's going to affect that. As for the citizenship testing, there's no... Oh, no, let's not get there yet. Okay, the next thing is how I am personally affected by this. I just realized I need to charge my light again, sorry. So my route is relatively unaffected, okay? Because they said the default is 10 years. For some specific circumstances, you get that reduced. For example, your commitment to the community or whatever that is. I'm actually going to start volunteering at the deaf center next year just to show my commitment, right? Like, I got to do a full-time job and pay taxes, pay sufficient taxes, and also volunteer. You know, I love myself some compulsory forced volunteering. That's amazing. Anyway, so you get reduced. But if you are on the British National Overseas, the Hong Kong visa route, it is reduced to 5 years. So time-wise, that does not change things for me. And what else do they change? They are raising the language level required, which is what I talked about in my short video. So it's going to be raised from B1 to B2. I don't know how much of this you already know, but I'm going to assume you know nothing. Okay, so it's raised from B1 to B2, which is a so-called A-level language level. I'm actually, as I said, I'm editing the video about the Welsh B2 exam right now, and looking back, doesn't feel as difficult as it felt when I was doing it. So that's one thing. So if you happen to have taken the exam, the B1 exam for the sake of your settlement, I'm sorry, you got to do that again, because obviously they don't care. And also lots of people will have to practice their language more. Okay, specific for me, because I want to submit my Welsh certificate. So in theory, because I already have a B2 anyway, I should be fine. But in practice, it is still up in the air, because back then during the ACEDFOD, I talked to, so I'm just recapping my short video. I talked to Qualifications Wales, and then they talked to like the Welsh Language Commissioner, and they all like discussed that with the Home Office. They were like ongoing. They said, oh, well, we have been talking about this for a while. We have been discussing how to fulfill the B1 requirement using Welsh. And that was inconclusive. I probably have to shoot them another email to see what is going on. Because again, I'm recapping my video about becoming a citizen without speaking English. If you want more details, see that. But TLDR is, there is a very detailed guideline for how to fulfill that requirement. They do say that explicitly you can fulfill it using English, Welsh, or Scottish Gaelic, but there is no detail. So in English, there is a list of exams you can do and what mark you need, what grade you need. Nothing mentioned about Welsh and Scottish Gaelic. That's why I was talking to them to hopefully get some clarity on whether I can simply shove my B2 certificate in their way and pass it. But now they're making it more stringent. So even if they were working on some sort of, I want to say manulep, some specification, they would have to do it again, or at least retool it. But I just assumed they weren't doing anything because, it's the UK government. They don't care unless they're forced to do something about it. That's one thing. Note to self, when I'm watching this video again, when I'm watching the stream, shoot them an email just to make sure they do something. So that's one thing. And the other change that does affect me is the income requirement. So you need to be making a certain amount of money because they want to make sure you pay a certain amount of tax. So that means, in theory, I have to be able to score an actual job. No, that's not even... The thing is, they say by the time you reach settlement, you will have made a certain amount of money per year for 3 years. I'm reaching that 5 years in like half a year's time, or in 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. So I unless I time travel back 3 years to start working a job and pay income tax, I don't know how I'm gonna fulfill that. So that's also up in the air. What I assume is there will probably be a transitional period. Now, first of all, it will take some time for them to get the changes through Parliament. Don't know how fast that's going to be. Might take a couple of months, and by that time, I might have reached that stage already. So that would be the best case scenario. No problem at all. The second possibility is they might have a transitional period of a certain amount of time, because it doesn't make sense to ask me to have worked for 3 years by now. I can't go back, right? So that's the other thing. The third thing about the citizenship test is that they have not said anything. So presumably nothing changes, okay? And this might be the good time to talk about my my application for the test, or my request to book it, because it has been a while. I've gone through a lot, surprisingly, because it seemed so simple. Back when I did, when I first tried to book the test, I just went to the site. There was a button to request it in Welsh, and then it just goes downhill from there. I need to keep asking them if they are doing it, if they are preparing the test. Let me see. How can I show you the email without revealing too much personal information? Give me 1 second, chat, because I do want to keep my stuff private. There we go. Okay. So I've gone through a lot of stages. There was a bit, because I clicked that button a bit too early, and they sent me an email saying, well, okay, so if you want to do the test, please let us know, and we'll start preparing it. And then I was like, I want to do it in January. So because they say they need 12 weeks, which is 3 months to prepare the test. I told them in early October, I want to do it in January. Can you prepare it now? I heard nothing. So in November, I started calling them every week. And every time they'd be like, oh, we will tell the backend people to escalate the case and work on your booking. And also, I think the first guy I called didn't manage to get me a lot of details. The second person said, basically, they clarified the process. So I assumed how they do it is I tell them I want to do the test, I book a date, and they prepare the test, which makes sense, right, chat? I think that makes sense. I assume that's how it works. But apparently, according to that guy, I tell them I want to do the test, and then they prepare the test, they send it to Cardiff, and then I can book the test. So that's kind of annoying, but if that is true, that's fine. I can wait for that. And then the third person I called, I did it 3 times in over 3 weeks. The third person said unequivocally, yes, we are preparing it according to the system, but they're only a customer service person. They don't read, because it's a private company, right? If you didn't know, the citizenship test, I hate this word, citizenship. Citizenship. The test is administered by a private company, because obviously. So the customer service people don't really know the details of what's going on, so that's kind of pointless. But they say the system says was going on. And then I got this email 10 days ago saying, yeah, your request is in progress. So that is all I know about this citizenship test. I hope that means it'll be okay, because initially I was like, I've got heaps of time. I don't mind taking some time. I mean, I'm not done studying anyway, so I can take some time. You can take your time and make the test, even if you need 3 months. But it is getting increasingly urgent because, as I said, I'm reaching settlement in April. I'm looking to do the test. I'm looking to apply for settlement in March, which is actually in like 4 months. So yeah, if they start prepping 10 days ago, that is bad. That means I will have like very little time to get it done. I need to like make sure I pass and everything. And but hopefully what the person on the phone told me was true, and hopefully the fact is that they have been preparing since I told them. Oh, actually, no. Oh, I think. No, hold on. Let's read this again. Your request is in progress from now. From now. So, there is a good chance they started preparing 10 days ago. Which means, I mean, I don't think it's actually going to take them 3 months to translate a bloody test of 24 questions into Welsh. But I think the worst case scenario might be true. They started 10 days ago. That means, at the latest, I would be doing it in late February, which is probably fine. I still have time. But hopefully they have been preparing a bit earlier, because I mean, the last time I called them, they did say, oh yeah, it shows that it is in progress. I don't know. What do you think, chat? What do you think? I'm going to catch up and then tell me what you think about this situation. My friend's partner is on a skilled worker visa, so close to getting ILR. The time she was here for uni not counting is ridiculous, and the new potential changes are very worrying. Yeah, very worrying, especially, I think the main thing people have gripes with is not the requirements, but the fact that they can change the requirements anytime they want, right? Because I've been here for almost 5 years. In fact, I have a spreadsheet telling me that I have been on this visa for, let me tell you the literal percentage, 92.57% of the time required. And they can just change it anytime they want, apparently. So if they like, they can be like, oh no, you're never getting it, or whatever. And that is extremely unfair, I think. What do you think? Let me know. And yeah, I'm lucky because the changes don't really concern me that much. Despite the fact that I want to do it in Welsh, I do have the required level in Welsh. So I guess I do speak Welsh more than most. Not most, but like I speak Welsh better than a lot of Hong Kong people speak English. So I'm quite privileged in that situation. I know a lot of people who are genuinely worried. Some of them have done the B1 exam, and they have to redo it. They didn't even mention Welsh. Of course they didn't. They never think about it. That's what I made that short video about. A-level equivalent of English apparently meant the language level one uses for the exams rather than a specific subject which few takes in real life. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Honestly, let me explain the A-level thing. Because A-level English language itself would be a bunch of random linguistic theory wank. They really ought to clarify all this, though. Because there is a Sophia Gala video explaining the A-level thing. And she does... it's a very creative video. I do recommend it. She uses a quiz, a grammar quiz, to explain the stuff that... the current news, what we're changing. I do have reservations about calling it an A-level... the main thing is... the only sources I mean, all the news outlets are saying it's an A-level, but then when you look at A-level English, like first language English, that is definitely beyond the B2, I do think. Because there is like, not linguistic theory, because they don't teach linguistics in this country. They don't teach grammar in their native tongue. They have like literature and things, right? That's not in B2. You don't have to study literature to pass the B2. You need to use English at a certain level. In my understanding, the reason it's called an A-level English is because if you look at the qualification framework, what's it called? Is it RCQF or no? Hold on. I know the Scottish one is SQF. I forgot what the non-Scottish one is. Qualification framework, national framework. RQF. Yeah, RQF. The regulated qualifications framework in England and Northern Ireland. So there is a list of equivalents between the RQF levels and other exams. For example, the A level is claimed to be equivalent to like a level 4, whatever that means on the RQF scale. And then the B2 on a CEFR scale is drawn to the same level on the RQF framework. So that is my understanding. Maybe that is why they call it an A level, but it doesn't actually correspond to a specific A level exam. It's just that level of qualification. You know what I'm saying? There are a bunch of other qualifications. For example, my BSL qualifications. When I finish my current course, level 3, that's going to be a level 3, apparently, I think. Because the levels are actually based on the RQF levels. So level 3 BSL would be equivalent to the level 3 on RQF. And if I do the next one, I get a level 4 qualification. That will be equivalent to the RQF level 4, which is equivalent to an A level or a B2. So that's what I think it means. Clarity has never been any UK government strong suit. With any luck, it'll get heavily watered down when it hits the Lords. Yeah, we'll see. Well, yeah, I wonder what the Lords will be doing. I can't say I understand the system terribly well because it's in this part of the book. I will learn about the Lords by then. But yeah, we'll see. A CFR B2 is clearer than the explanation. I agree, yes. So CFR is a great system because it's incredibly specific. It's got like specific skills in each of the like listening, reading, writing, speaking, and so on. They have like criteria. And as I said in my CFR levels video, I'm like referencing all my previous videos now. Go and watch my videos if you haven't seen them. You know, I made one on all these. So I made one video about CFR levels, and what I said is basically all the CFR based exams adhere to the CFR description. Okay, and it's very clear and it's very good. I'm actually surprised because I thought my level 3 would be, because last time I checked the signature, the examination board for BSL exams says that level 3 is equivalent to a B2. So it's not very extremely clear. It's not eindeutig, as you say in German. It's not unequivocal. So we'll see. But yeah, in the year apparently I will have a BSL equivalent of a B2, which is exciting. I can be a B2 polyglot, if you may. Because obviously, yeah, they outsource so many different kinds of evaluation to private companies. Yeah, obviously. That's just, I don't know how other governments do it, but, you know, UK government, if they can outsource it, they will outsource it. Like this one. Yeah, it says here, TSO, a Williams Lee company. See, it's private. Authorized by Home Office, but it's a private company. They make lots of money, they get paid to do it, administer the exams, do customer service and all that. And then they get annoyed by people like me trying to use my legal right to do the same thing in Welsh. Welfare appointments too, which is a massive conflict of interest because obviously a profit-oriented goal doesn't really mesh well with getting people what they need. Yes, absolutely. That is ridiculous. Some things should not be private. But yeah, I mean, we are the USA of Europe. We do privatize lots of things. Thank you, Maggie, for doing all that. And now I know all about it. I mean, not from the book. I don't think the book talks about Margaret Thatcher privatizing everything. No, just there were a number of economic important economic reforms within the UK. That's what it says about. No, actually, there is a. The regulation saw a great increase in the role. No, that's not that either. No. Yep. It doesn't say. Thatcher privatized everything and sort of caused a lot of problems for future generations. Of course, it does not fucking say that. Of course, it doesn't. It's just not even just the stuff that she privatized, but like just the general trend of privatizing everything. Because I mean, she didn't privatize the railways, and John Major did, right? Is it the name? John Major? Yeah, he did. But he did it because she privatized everything else, and we're still doing it. So like the government's like, oh yeah, we need to do a citizenship test. Let's get a private company to let's pay a private company to do these things for us. Can we talk about Welsh stuff? Sorry, this someone asked about it, and I thought it's relevant to give an update. What about you? What have you been talking about? Of course they can. They aren't beholden to anyone. I'm sure China would do the same. Yeah, well, I mean, I do have a vote, even without being a citizen. If they are aware, they might think about it a little bit more. Believe it or not, the state councils usually used to actually do things. People used to say, get a job with the council, it has a great pension, and you'll be set for life. Really? I mean, that's what we say in Hong Kong. Get a government job, right? I don't know. How is it like working at the council? So, we will continue with this book because I'm like halfway through it. Maybe I've done the history. Now we have to talk about sports because I know nothing about sports. So sports, chwaraeon. Let's see what they say. This is where the stream actually starts, 1 hour in. Sports of all kinds play an important part in many people's lives. Thank you. There are several sports that are particularly popular in the UK. Many sporting events take place in major stadiums. This might be a part in the exam, such as Wembley Stadium in London and the Principality Stadium. Does it have a Welsh name? Does it? Wait, no, hold on. Why does Wikipedia say Millennium Stadium? Oh, okay, so it used to be Millennium Stadium, but it's known as the Principality Stadium, Stadium Principality, for sponsorship reasons, sure. Local governments, llywodraethau lleol, and private companies, cwmnïau preifat, provide sports facilities such as swimming pools, tennis courts, pwsau nofio. What's a tennis court? Cwrtau tennis. Cwrtiau tennis. Football pitches. Why are there so many different words anyway? Why can't you just use one word for like football pitches and tennis courts? Caeau pêl-droed. Caeau pêl-droed. Dry ski slopes. Llethr. Oh, llethr. I need to write that down. I know the word, but I need to. Where's my pencil? Lle mae'r pencil? Lle mae'r pencil fi? I had one here. Must have been a while. Can't find it. That's annoying. Pencil. That's fine. I'll use my brain. I'll write it down afterwards. And gymnasiums? Do people actually still say gymnasium? The stationery office is sold off in 1996. Is it called the stationery office? What does it mean? Like stationery as in like staying? Everyone here still calls it the Millennium. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, is that why Wikipedia calls it the Millennium Stadium? I'm not in Cardiff, but I definitely know it as. That's interesting because I only know it through like official means because I don't talk about sports, so I haven't heard people refer to it in everyday life, and I've always heard Principality Stadium. So good to know. It's like the Kairas in Wrexham, right? Kairas is officially like Stoke or something, but nobody says that. Everyone says Kairas. Just like the Severn Bridge, nobody calls it the Prince. Is that what it's supposed to be called? What? Because Pont Pont Havren, I think. That's the Welsh name. Pont Havren. Yeah, Pont Havren. Because that was in my last vlog. Station. Oh, you mean station with the... You mean this one, this stationery. People should still call it the gymnasium. I'm off to the gymnasium. How do you even pronounce it in English? Is it gymnasium or gymnasium? Is it? Because I know it in other languages. Many famous sports, including cricket in Welsh, pêl-droed. What's lawn tennis? I don't even know what that is. Lawn tennis. Is it just tennis? Guys, is lawn tennis just tennis? I'm guessing that's tennis sound in Welsh. Golf and rugby began in Britain. Oh wow, showing off now. Cricket. Okay. What if they ask, which of the following sports began in Britain? That I'm like, oh wait, basketball is not from Britain. I didn't know golf was in Britain. Okay. The UK hosted the Olympic Games on 3 occasions. I didn't know the other ones. Okay, 08, 48, and 12. I know the 12 one, obviously. But 08, 48. Okay, good to know. Oh, is that the first one after the Second World War? That's insane. The main Olympic site for the 2012 Games was in Stratford, East London. The British team was very successful. Again, flexing. The British team was very successful across a wide range of Olympic sports, finishing 3rd in the medal table and a tapel medalliae. Lawn tennis is played on lawn, aka Wimbledon. Okay. So is that different from regular tennis? I don't know shit about sport. Please do enlighten me. Golf is Scottish. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it says British. Britain. We started it. The Paralympic Games were also hosted in London. The Paralympics. Does it have a Welsh name? I'm assuming it's like Paralympaidd. The game of Paralympaidd. Para Cymraeg. A gemau Paralympaidd. Yeah, makes sense. Paralympaidd. Have the origin in the work of Dr. Sir Ludwig, Jesus Christ, Doctor and Sir Gutmann, Ludwig Gutmann, a German refugee at the Stoke Mandeville Hospital in Buckingham. Do I need to know this? Do I need to know who started the Paralympic Games? Jesus Christ. Okay, Gutmann, Stoke Mandeville Hospital in Buckinghamshire. Dr. Gutmann developed new methods of treatment for people with spinal injuries and encouraged patients to take part in exercise and sport. So, chwaraeon ymarferion, ymarfer. So, spinal injury. Anaf ir asgwrn cefn. Oh, right, that makes sense. Why do we need a different word? So, spine in Welsh is just the back bone. I mean, that's what a spine is. That's literally what a spine is. Asgwrn cefn. Noswaith dda. Same game but played on lawn rather than clay or hard sport. Wait, hold on. Wait, is that where you normally play tennis? No one calls the second 7 crossing. The second... Hold on. Prince of Wales Bridge. Is it a... Second 7. Ail Groesfan Havren. I'm learning so much. Okay, Ail Groesfan Havren. So not the same as the Severn Bridge, the first one, right? Different one. Different bridge. Where is this one? I don't know where that is. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's a Severn Bridge, Pont Havren, and then you've got the Severn Tunnel, Havren, and the second Severn crossing. So Ail Groesfan Havren, or Pont Tywysog Cymru. Okay. Notable British sportsmen and women. That's what we're here for. Love that. Would you like to explore some British sportsmen with me? Let's learn about them. It's a whole thing in tennis because they're very particular about how the floor feels. Makes sense. The second one is the main M4 route now. So the first one, so is that more used than the first one then? Is that what it means? I'm looking at maps now. Okay, M4, second bridge. So the first one is the M48, isn't it? Where are these places? Cardiff. Where is Bristol? Okay, so it's Bristol is closer to the bridges than Cardiff is. Oh, I just learned that. Do they not have a tunnel? Okay. So many sirs. Sir Roger Bannister was the first man in the world to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Is it going to say you don't have to remember the birth and death dates? I can't wait to get to the arts and culture part because I don't know shit about sport, but I know things about British composers. Roger Bannister, first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Jackie Stewart, a Scottish former racing driver who won the Formula 1. Do I need to know this? I don't want to do this. I'll just read through it and then hope for the best, okay? Stewart was a driver. Bobby Moore captained the English football team. I'm sure he's very famous among football fans. Won the World Cup. Oh, what I do know England won the World Cup because they won't shut up about it. Great. That's I know that. I actually learned it from Foil Arms and Hog. Was it? Hold on. Which country was it? Was it? No, it was like a country that defeated England some other time. Okay, so I think that is I think that is literally an exam question because I've seen it. When did England win the Football World Cup? Baron Ian Bottom, I don't know. The English cricket team and held a number of English Test cricket records. Okay. Jane Torville and Christopher Dean won gold medals for ice dancing in '84. Okay, yeah, you're sure, win your medals. Now everyone has to learn about you. Now so many people can reach the 4-minute mile with effort. Really? Why? That's so weird. What, did people get stronger over time? Steve Redgrave won gold medals in rowing in 5... Oh, I think that is a question. I've seen it. Rowing in 5 consecutive Olympic Games. They're one of Britain's greatest Olympians. Yeah, I think it asked like both of them. Okay, so the exam question asked like how many consecutive Olympic Games did Redgrave win? I think that is a question. Not sure, but I think it is. So you need to know he won 5 games in rowing. Chat, you need to know that. Otherwise, you're going to be deported. Okay. So remember this for the end of the stream. Baroness Tanny Gray-Thompson is an athlete who uses a wheelchair and won 16 Paralympic medals, including 11 gold medals in races over 5 Paralympic Games. She won the London Marathon 6 times and broke a total of 30 world... Okay, very cool. Okay, very strong. That's all I'm going to remember. Dame Kelly Holmes won 2 gold medals for running in 2004. Some people aren't even born yet. She has held a number of British and European records. Dame Ellen MacArthur is a yachtswoman and in, again, Athens, right? No, that's not Athens. At 2004, became the fastest person to sail around the world single-handed. What? Single-handed? She's famous. Which one? Is it Tanny Gray-Thompson you're talking about? No, Sebastian Coe. No, Sebastian Coe. That would be surprising. Chris Hoy, Scottish cyclist, who has won 6 gold and 1 silver. Do I need to remember how many medals they won? Chat, do you think I'm going to remember any of these? I guess I will remember the famous people, but like exactly how many medals? That's feels a bit excessive, doesn't it? Does it feel excessive? 11 world championship titles. Okay. David Weir, I think that is in the exam. I'm not sure. Paralympian who uses a wheelchair and has won 6 gold medals over 2 Paralympic Games. He's also won the London Marathon. Okay, so like Tanny Gray-Thompson. Bradley Wiggins is a cyclist. He be wiggling. That's going to be my mnemonic. In 2012, he became the first Briton to win the Tour de France. He's won 8 Olympic medals, including gold in 04, 08, 12, and 16 Olympic Games. Okay. That's pub trivia. Yeah, well, that's required knowledge to be British. Okay, if you can't win the pub quiz, you're not British. So Mo Farah, I know for a fact Mo Farah is in the exam. Is a British distance runner born in Somalia. He won gold medals in the 2012 and 16 Olympic Games for the 5,000 and 10,000 meters, and is the first Briton to win the Olympic gold medal in the 10,000 meters. Wait, what's remembering medals is where I'd wish I could do the memory power. I could do that, but is it worth it? Is it even worth it? Oh, no, I don't think so. Wait, what is the Mo Farah question? Because it's... Oh no, I think the question is like, which of the following are like famous British athletes? I know memory pass is a real thing, but it's always made me think of that BC Sherlock. Yeah, I know. It's sort of popularized it, but then it is really cool. It's very much like stylized. But I had a phase as in my polyglot life where I was looking into memory palaces and how people do that. I tried using it for some basic Kazakh. I'm not very good at it, but I know I can do it. But the thing is, it's best for remembering lists of things like this. But in general, because it doesn't really help me recall a vocabulary word when I need it. You know what? Because if I have a memory palace, I can like go around it and tell you, oh, there's this word, this word, this word, this word, or this fact and all that. But like, if I want the vocabulary word, I'm not going through all of that just to say one thing, right? That's not how speaking works. Absolutely up for it, because perfect balance of fair and dystopian. British citizenship by winning the chase. What is the chase? Is it a show? It's a game show. Oh, it's Bradley Walsh. I know Bradley Walsh. I don't know his show. Okay, I'll look at that later. Okay, what's next? Dame Jessica Ennis-Hill is an athlete. She won the 2012 Olympic gold medal in heptathlon, and is a silver medal in the 2016 Olympic Games, which includes 7 different track and field events. Okay, so Ennis-Hill is like track and field kind of athlete. I'll remember it because her name is Hill. So Hill, she runs up hills. Andy Murray is a Scottish tennis player who in 2012 won the men's singles in the US Open. He's the first British man to win a singles title in the Grand Slam tournament since 1936. Okay, good for you. In the same year, he won Olympic gold and silver medals. 13 and 16, he won the men's singles in Wimbledon. He also wanted to win gold. Okay, sure. Am I going to remember this? Ellie Simmons is a Paralympian who won gold medals for swimming 08, 12, 16 Paralympic Games and holds a number of world records. She was the youngest member of the British team. Cool. Oh, she's almost as young as me. You've got to watch The Chase, man. I don't watch TV. I haven't got time for that because I'm too busy studying. I need to learn this, so I haven't got time to watch The Chase. And I need to like get a full-time job for 3 years within 6 months. And I need to volunteer to show my dedication to the community. So I can't watch The Chase. Memory pass is good. It's good for remembering facts and figures kind of stuff. But remembering language is more like playing songs from memory. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it's the wrong skill to use for language learning specifically. So I stopped using it. But when I need it, I can do it. I'm pretty good at mnemonics, I think. Cricket originated in England and it's now played in many countries. Games can last up to 5 days. Jesus Christ. But still result in a draw. I did not know that. Is that where J.K. Rowling got her inspiration from? The idiosyncratic nature of the game and its complex laws are said to reflect the best of British character and sense of fair play. Sure. You may come across expressions such as rain stopped play. Can you guys make a version of the chase, but specifically just with these questions? Imagine. Let's do that. Just with these ones. This is a book of all the questions that is in the exam, and I believe they basically just take questions from this book. So turn this into a game show, and I'll watch it. Maybe we can like do a game show with ChatGPT or something. That would be cool. But you'd somehow have to feed it all the questions in one go. You may come across expressions such as rain stopped play, batting on the sticky wicket. Chat, do you use these phrases? Rain stopped play, batting on a sticky wicket, playing a straight bat, bowled a googly, it's just not cricket, which have passed into everyday usage. Yeah, there's so many phrases from sports, but I've never heard of these. Do you do these? The most famous competition is the Ashes. That's probably important. Oh, I've got I don't know where my pencil is. That's fine. The Ashes, which is a series of test matches played between England and Australia, like you say. Football, at least I know some things about football. The most popular sport, has a long history, and the first professional football clubs were formed in the late 19th century. They have the nations have separate leagues in which clubs representing different towns and cities compete. The English Premier League attracts a huge international audience. I was talking to my colleague the other day, and he was really surprised that people in Hong Kong follow the English Premier League. I'm surprised that he was surprised, because to me, like I know people from all around the world watch it, even though I don't. Many of the best players in the world play in the Premier League. Many UK teams also compete in competitions such as the UEFA Champions League. Yes, I am aware. Against other teams from Europe. Many towns and cities have a professional club, and people take great pride in supporting their home team. There can be great rivalry between different football clubs and among fans, and they can fight to the death among fans. You learned all of those as a kid. Jesus, do I have to... Okay, you know what? I'm taking a test in Welsh, but apparently I need to know these things. So let's do a quick English lesson. Okay, so rain stopped play. What does that mean? The cessation of an activity or operation due to rain. Okay, so get a rain check, I guess. Batting on a sticky... No, nothing. Batting on a sticky wicket. I don't know what a wicket is. As a difficult circumstance. Okay, sure. Playing a... No, hold on. I'm just gonna quickly switch to my stenography because I don't want to... Okay. Playing a straight bat. I don't want to type out all that. It's too much work. Play a straight bat. Avoid answering difficult questions. Her interviewee played a straight bat, referring all inquiries. You'd think playing a straight bat is like actually answering the questions, but no, it means avoiding the questions. Sure. Okay, next one. Boulder googly. Nope. Boulder. No. Googly. Bowler googly. To surprise someone. To introduce something unexpected, underhand, or requiring a quick reaction or correction. Okay. That makes sense. It's just not cricket. No, cricket. What does that mean? Something is unfair or dishonest. Really? So cricket means fair. Is that what I'm saying? You can't play cricket when it's raining, so rain... Yeah, I know. I can imagine what that means, but I never heard of it. I'm not much of a sports person. Watch Wales during Six Nations and place a small bet on the Grand National based on what name I like best. Yeah. Some countries love it for the football, others for the gambling. That is true. That is a big, huge gambling market. It's not pronounced as initialism, but as an acronym. What does that mean? What's the difference between initialism and acronym? What? There's a difference? What? What's the difference between them? I thought they were the same thing. Whoa, what?
UEFA.
UEFA? Okay. Sure. That sounds like what I'm eating, your wafer. I'm eating your wafer tonight. Or I'm going to communion and eating your wafer. My brother was in a local firm for a while. Got himself a 6-year football and travel ban. What? I know it can get violent. I've seen news and like things. Any questions about Welsh? I will get to that. We're in football right now. Is that a specific kind of baseball? Well, Google says, Wikipedia says British baseball, also known colloquially as Welsh baseball. So it's different from baseball? Is that not baseballs? What's rounders? What is rounders? Oh my god, I'm so confused. Is this not the usual baseball? So baseball is just baseball, but British baseball or Welsh baseball is... How is that different? There we go. It's very technical. Okay, but it's similar to baseball, right? Is it kind of the same thing? It's like a flat bat. Really? Rounders is like cricket done simple. I like the fact that cricket is not simple. Okay. So rounders, any pictures? Hold on. So this is rounders. This is a flat bat. It's about as simple as you can get with it, hitting a ball with a bit of wood game. That's cool. I mean, the name sort of implies it's simple because it's like an old name, right? A batter is attempted to give a good hit. Let me look at like rounder bat. What does it look like? That's okay. Is that the bat then? Baseball bat. That's a different one. Welsh baseball bat. Is that flat? Oh yeah, it looks flat. It's flat on one side, isn't it? Okay. School game. Ah, I see. So it's a simpler game. Is there a huge like international league thing or whatever? Is that worth bragging about? Because this book is all about how great this country is. So maybe if it's not very internationally successful, it's not worth talking about, right? Where are we? UEFA. Yep. Each country in the UK also has its own national team that competes with other national teams across the world in tournaments such as the FIFA. It's FIFA, right? Yeah. Fédération Internationale de Football Association. World Cup and the UEFA European Football Championships. I'm glad I'm familiar with those names. England's men's team won the World Cup. Yes, I know. You can stop talking about it now. That's a stereotype, isn't it? Right? English people won't shut up about 1966. And England's women's team won the championships in 2022, but nobody cares because people only care about men's football, which is a big shame. I'm really annoyed. Like every time people get dismissive of women's football, it's like, I know you don't care, but at least like let them have their glory, right? They're doing a good job. So football people, like sometimes they get really obnoxious. Football is also a popular sport to play in many local communities, with people playing amateur games every week in parks. Yeah, I know. I've played football as a kid. Americans took the nice, simple game of rounders and did the usual thing of making it unfeasibly complicated, calling it baseball, then declaring themselves world champions. Did they? Is that where it came from? Because I know baseball from Japan. That's it. That might surprise you, but in Asia, most of our, at least in Hong Kong anyway, most of our exposure to baseball is through Japan. And in Doraemon, there's always some baseball going on, right? if Rounders doesn't take off globally in the next decade, I'm ditching my British citizenship. Going to out. You wish you could. I thought women's football was taken off recently. Yeah, I'm hearing about more. The Lionesses, right? I mean, there is a line named after them, so that's good. I like gender equality. I just hope that everyone else likes that as much as I do. But sadly, it's still nowhere near as close as nowhere near as popular as men's football. Rugby originated in England in the early 90s. Did it come from rugby? I can only assume that rugby came from rugby. It surely did came from rugby, right? It's very popular. I know that, and all the Welsh people won't shout about rugby. Sorry, I sound very dismissive of sports, but like I dislike all sports equally. So I don't play favorites. I just hate them all. There are two different types of rugby, which have different rules: union and league. Do I need to know this? Chat, please enlighten me. What do I need to know about union and league rugby? Both. And I also need to look up the Welsh names for those. So I'm going to quickly do that. Union rugby. Rugby union. Is that what it's called? Rugby union. Rugby union football. What? Rugby indeb. I need my pencil. Where the hell is my pencil? It's probably somewhere in here. I've got a little stack of stuff and books. Books in here. Okay. I'll write that on a note somewhere. Rugby indeb. What about league? Rugby league. Rugby league. Of course, there's a Welsh page. Of course, it's rugby. Rugby gynghrair. There we go. Gynghrair. Rugby is one of the football codes. Came out from England. Union 15. Thank you. That's very helpful. American football is recodified rugby football. Yes, I do know that. American football is just rugby, but weird. 13 aside. Is that the main difference? The old catch-22 of it doesn't get funding because it's not popular enough, and it can't get more popular because it requires more funding. That sounds like a lot of things that I can think of. That's the same thing, right? Rugby is called rugby because of the school. And the school is in rugby, right? That has to be. I'm just quickly gonna check if my parents have. Nope, nothing. Okay. Well, where are we? So both have separate leagues and national teams in England, Wales. So which one is the one? Is the Six Nations? Is it Is that like a union? Which? It's union rugby, isn't it? Okay, so Six Nations is the union. Because I do know some things about. Oh, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I know it's very popular. Rugby school, yes. Okay, good. They have separate teams. Interesting. So they're basically separate games, right? Rugby union, rugby league. Northern Ireland who play with the Irish Republic. Oh my god! Imagine if they asked me like when Northern Ireland plays with the UK or with Britain and when it plays with Ireland. That would be such a mess. I can't imagine that. Oh no. I hope they don't ask me that. Teams from all countries compete in a range of competitions. The most famous rugby union competition is Six Nations. I know that. The Super League. I did not know the Super League is the most well-known rugby league competition. Super League. The Betfred Super League. Cynghrair Super. Super. British Union is more popular internationally. Okay, good to know. Bulldog is a school game that should be tomfoolery. And can you explain? I feel like you're referencing something that I'm not aware of. Is it just like people bullying each other? Is that what you're talking about? Horse racing. What is horse racing in Welsh? Horse racing. Rasio ceffylau. Okay, rasio ceffylau. There's a very long history of horse racing in Britain with evidence of events taking place as far back as Roman times. Amser Rhufeiniaid. The sport has a long association with royalty. What is royalty? Royalty? Brenhiniaeth. Oh, Brenhiniaeth. Okay. Royalty. Just posh people sport, right? The race courses, as in like Kairasten, race course. Kurs Rasho. Okay, Kurs Rasho. All over the UK. Famous horse racing events include Royal Ascot. Let me check if it has a... I don't think it does. But it can't hurt to check. No, okay, no Welsh page. A 5-day race meeting in Berkshire. But is it Berkshire or Berkshire? I forgot. It is. I was right. Oh, thank God. Berkshire. Attended by members of the royal family. Grand National at Aintree. Never heard of that. Scottish Grand National at Ayr. There is a national Ayr National Horse Racing Museum in Newmarket, Suffolk. Never gonna go there. Of course, it's in Suffolk. It's okay. So Royal Ascot. There's a Grand National and Scottish Grand National. So Royal Ascot is the royal one. The 2 Grand Nationals in the north of England and the south of Scotland. Hello. League first evolved due to pay issue of... Oh my God. Okay, actually, you know what? I am interested in history. I would love to learn about it. Union held long in amateurism, and English RU didn't remunerate players properly. Oh, so they were like, let's make a new game. Can't explain Bulldog properly. It's basically one team of kids slamming into the other team to stop them from getting across the football. Really? Is it like actual game? That sounds very British. Horse racing is posh people's dog racing. Both are crooked gambling rackets. Yes. And you know what? Hong Kong is pretty proud of our horse races. I mean, we literally have a train station called Racecourse. Famously inaccessible because the trains only go there on racing days. And it's on the line where I grew up, where I like always that always took. So I would always see that station on my train line and just never actually go there. It's like a mysterious thing. And then also recently I watched Hassan Piker go and bet on the horses in Hong Kong, and he just won mad, and it's crazy. He went and like bought he betted on the random name that he liked, and then he won a bunch of money. Just draining our resources from Hong Kong, right? But yeah, I'd never been to the race course in Hong Kong either. I just know that it exists, and it's not that far from where I'm from. My school banned it because too many people broke their bones. Oh my God. Say posh, not much posher. I think the poshness is a matter of affordability. Dogs are a lot cheaper. Yeah. I mean, I've seen the Max Fosh video of the poshest school in England, right? The one where people study horses and things. I didn't even know that was a thing before that. Why is that a thing? There people study the horses as a degree, and then they're just super posh. I'm not posh. I love kebabs. Amazing. Golf can be traced back to 15th century Scotland as a popular sport played socially as well as professionally. I actually grew up playing some golf as a kid because I had an uncle and aunt who loved it, and they took me there. You can't play that in like urban Hong Kong. You got to go out there, obviously, because we don't have the space. We do have a lot of green space actually in Hong Kong. We have a bunch of like useless land, not useless, sorry, just green space, hills, and they're just not lived in because the government artificially keeps the land prices high by only selling a bit of land to developers every single year. So that's why we have so much land, and people live in such tight, dense spaces and pay way too much for their housing. Yay! That's the fun fact for you about Hong Kong. There are public and private golf courses all over the UK. St Andrews is known as the home of golf. I did not know that. Okay. Oh, let me give you a little quiz, chat. There is a place in Wales called St Andrews, but in Welsh. It has a different English name. Do you know what the English name is? Oh, let me write that down. Which Welsh place is known as St Andrews in Welsh? For the Welshies out there, because I recently learned about this. No, actually, it's not recent. I learned about this last year, but I recently had to engage with that fact again. The Open Championship is the only major in quote and also capitals tournament held outside the United States. What? It is hosted by a different golf course every year. Okay. Open, I'm guessing like Pencampwriaeth Agor. Tennis, modern tennis evolved in England in the late 19th century. The first tennis club was founded in Leamington Spa. I did not know that. That's interesting. I've passed by Leamington Spa so many times when I went between Oxford and Birmingham all the time. In 1872, hopefully I don't need to remember that. The most famous tournament hosted in Britain is the Wimbledon Championship. I know that. My friend lives in Wimbledon, which takes place each year at the All England Lawn Tennis and how do you pronounce this? Croquet? Croquet. Oh, okay, right. So the anglicized French. Croquet. All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club. It is the oldest tennis tournament in the world and is the only Grand Slam event played on grass. Chat, can you tell me why is Grand Slam in quotes? What does that mean? What does Grand Slam mean? Is that like a form of tennis? Is it like a subgenre of the sport? I'll look at that later. There is Cymraeg. A gamp. Oh! I need to know this. There is a Cymraeg name. A gamp lawn. A gamp. Okay, a gamp lawn. Okay, sure. Pencampwriaeth Agored, Frank. Pencampwriaethau Wimbledon. Water sports. Sailing continues to be popular in the UK, reflecting our maritime heritage. What is maritime in Welsh? Maritime. Morurol. I did not know this. A British sailor, Sir Francis Chichester, was the first person to sail single-handed around the world. What is... Insao, okay. What does it mean? Does it mean like he sails literally with one hand and the other one's just like in a pocket? Passing the Cape of Good Hope and Cape Horn in 1966-67. Cape of Good Hope. Penhyn, Gobaith Da. Penhyn, okay. Cape Horn. Penhyn, Horn. So Penhyn, Gobaith Da, and Horn. South America. Okay. 2 years later, Sir Robin Knox Johnston became the first person to do this without stopping. Oh, okay. Many sailing events are held throughout the UK, most famous of which is at Cowes on the Isle of Wight. Ynys Wyth, right? Ynys Wyth. Yeah, Ynys Wyth. Cows. Out Ynys Wyth. Okay, is on Wight. Rowing is also popular, both as a leisure activity and as a competitive sport. There is a popular yearly race on the Thames between... Oh, I do know that. Thank God, I know something about rowing. It's Rhwygo, right? Rhwygo. No, it's not Rhwygo. Is it Rhwygo? No, hold on. What is rowing in Welsh? Rowing. Rhwyfo. Sorry, Rhwyfo. There we go. Rhwyfo. Thank God I went to Oxford. Motorsports. There's a long history of motorsport. Why is there a long history of everything? That's fine. Yeah, I get the point. There's a long history of everything. Of motorsport, chwaraeon motor, right? Modyrol. For both cars and motorcycles. What is a motorcycle? Motor. Bake motor. Make motor. Bake motor. Bake motor. Motor car racing in the UK started in 1902. That's really early. What the hell? That's very early for cars. The UK continues to be a world leader in the development and manufacture of motorsport technology. Formula One Grand Prix event is held in the UK each year. Really? Sounds French. Okay. And the number of British Grand Prix drivers have won the Formula One. Hold on. Who won it? I feel like that was in the previous thing. Who won Formula One? The Scottish guy, right? Jackie Stewart. There we go. 3 times. But that was a long time ago. Skiing. Sklevrio? Skio. I gave up on above. Not a clue. Okay, that... You actually thought about it really hard, didn't you? Is pristine. Can't stay for long. Welcome. I'm reading a lot of very painful sports facts. Learning a lot about... I think when I learn about the actual, like, development of sports, it is interesting. Like, the way rugby league split from rugby union. I do enjoy things like that. So that's why I go to museums, right? But then when it's just a list of facts and like who won this and like what happened, who was the first to do this, that's so much more boring. Do you understand? Do you agree, chat? Please let me know. Do you agree? Because I like to learn about why things happen, not just what happened. But yeah, pristine is called Llanandras in Welsh. Completely different name. So I when I found out about that, I sent it to my Scottish friend, and I'm like, we have St Andrews at home. St Andrews at home is pristine. Sounds interesting. People again. Never properly been to Powys, only driven through it. Me neither. I'm applying to a composing thing in pristine in Llanandras. So hopefully I get it. I've learned not to have any expectations so that I don't get disappointed. I just send my application. Last year I wrote it in bilingually, and then I realized none of the people on the panel read Welsh, so I basically wasted all my time. So I just wrote it in English this time. Skio is increasingly popular in the UK. Many people go abroad on ski. Oh yeah. Oh, the posh people are going to Switzerland every winter, right? And there is also dry ski slopes throughout the UK. Skiing on snow may be possible during the winter. Not in the UK. We don't have enough snow. There are 5 ski centres in Scotland as well as Europe's longest dry ski slope near Edinburgh. That's interesting. Europe's I'm going to use my stenography. Europe's longest dry ski slope. Midlothian Snow Sports Centre. Very cool. That's interesting. Yeah, we got through sports. I'll have to revise that at some point. But we got to arts and culture. Finally. Thank God. Something that I actually know some things about. Okay, let's do this. Music is an important part of British culture with a rich and varied heritage. What is heritage in Welsh? Rich and varied heritage. Treftadaeth, gyfoethog ac amrywiol. Oh, treftadaeth, gyfoethog ac amrywiol. Ranges from classical music to modern pop, there are many different venues and musical events that take place across the UK. The Proms, that is in the exam, and I know that inside out, well, not that I've been there, but I watch it every year. The Proms is an 8-week summer season of orchestral classical music that takes place in various... I should finish watching the Proms this year. I haven't done that yet. Let's see if it's still on iPlayer. No, I don't watch iPlayer. No, I never watched the iPlayer. I don't even touch it because so I don't need a license, right? I just happen to come across things on other platforms that aren't iPlayer, I'm sure. You can maybe ski on a tiny bit of Snowdon in deep winter. I mean, climate change and all that. Hill End? Where's Hill End? See, again, that's interesting facts. Hill End, where is Hill End? Is it in Durham? Or is it in Midlothian? Oh yeah, so you talk about the Hill End in one word. Best known for the Midlothian Sports Centre, formerly the Hilland Ski Centre. Cool. Including the Royal Albert Hall in London. I wonder if there is a not in Cymraeg, Royal Albert Hall. I would actually really like to go to the Proms, but it's just having to go to London and stay there for the evening. It's so much traveling. I can't be asked. I'd rather watch it on the telly. I can go to Bridgewater instead. Neuadd Frenhinol Albert. Yep. It has been organised by the British BBC, the Cwmni Darlledu Brydain, right? Cwmni Darlledu. Corfforaeth Darlledu Brydeinig. iPlayer, never knew her. Yeah, exactly. What is iPlayer? I don't even touch it. Don't even have the app. Can't use iPlayer because I can't tell a lie. When they ask me if I have a TV license, I tell them and here. Yeah, exactly. No, me too. Like when I accidentally end up on iPlayer, I just have to be very truthful and say no. So never happen. Never watch anything on iPlayer. Don't, just in case you're checking, your private company, of course. As we say, the government outsources everything it can outsource. So private company, if you're watching this, never have I watched anything. I always click no and then it kicks me out. That's what happens. Okay, got that. Since 1927, the last night of the Proms is the most well-known concert. Yeah, that's the one that's ruined by all the non-musicians, like all the like nationalists going there and waving their flags and shit. so like actual music people avoid the last night of the Proms, along with others in the series. It's broadcast on television. Classical music has been popular. I know Purcell. I actually don't know the dates. I should know that. Purcell was the organist at the Westminster Abbey with the Abbey Westminster Abbey. He wrote church music, operas and other pieces and developed a British style distinct from elsewhere in Europe. He continues to be influential on British composers. Is he? PMD is a bit more. Yeah, Purcell, the German-born composer Handel. I know when he was born, I didn't know when he died. I probably don't need to know that, but I do. Lots of composers were born in 1685. Split release in the UK, became British citizen. I didn't know that. Did he have to do this test? Do you think Georg Friedrich Handel had to do this test in order to become a British citizen? Did he have to pass a B1 or B2 English? I mean, I know King George didn't speak English, the first one, either. So he definitely didn't pass an English test. He wrote waltz music for King George. The German composer George Handel wrote music for the German King George and music for the royal fireworks for his son, the other German King George II. Both these pieces continue to be very popular. Handel also wrote an oratorio, Messiah, I know that of course, which is sung regularly by choirs, often at Easter time. I actually didn't realize that Handel was in the Georgian era because I didn't know about the Georgian era back then. Now I do. I know things about King George. Actually, when I'm trying to recall why George became king. It was because Parliament could choose who they want to be king, and they wanted a Protestant, and that's why they got the German guy, right? That's how it happened. Who was before King George? I'm just checking on my history because I do need to know that. Oh my god, I'm just reminded I need to know things like the Habeas Corpus Act. The Restoration. I'll revise that at some point. When was King George? When was the Georgian era? Oh shit, I don't remember. I Queen Anne. When hold on. George. Wait, hold on. King George the Sixth. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. George 1. of England. There's so many George first. George one. Which one? Of Great Britain. 1700s. That was before Anne. Okay. Let me just double check. I need to like periodically come back to history because I'm gonna forget all of that. So that was after the Habeas Corpus Act. That was after Glorious Revolution. Because you had the William III. Enlightenment. You know what? I'll just Wikipedia it. Fuck it. William III of England, and then it was succeeded by Anne. Anne wasn't there for long, was she? Yep, a few years, and then they were gonna get a Catholic king, and then they were like, no, fuck that, and they got King George. Is that what happened? It's really hard to navigate this book. Yep, exactly. Okay, good. Let's keep going. Holst, I know Holst. I've been to Cheltenham. Is he from Cheltenham, actually? Because there was a lot of Holst things in Cheltenham. Yeah, exactly. He was from Cheltenham. I'm in my element here. I didn't know his birth date and death, but I know approximately when that was. Planets. I think the planets are in the exam as well. What? Wait, no, I didn't know this. I didn't know that Jupiter was adapted for a hymn. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. I vow to thee my country. Okay, I thought I knew everything, but I didn't know this. A patriotic hymn. Yeah, that's from Jupiter. Okay, cool. Didn't know this. Well, there you go. Citizenship sorted. Rock up to Buckingham Palace with a catchy song and boom, citizen. Yeah, I know. That would be the easy way out. But you still have to have earned £12,000 a year for 3 years. You went on a pilgrimage to Cheltenham. No, imagine if I did. No, I went to the festival. The music festival. I went to the Composer Academy over there in Cheltenham. Good fun. Good music, obviously. Elgar was from Worcester. I didn't know it was from Worcester. Now I do. But it's pretty much the same period. Oh, fun fact. Elgar and Holst died in the same year. That must have been the worst year for British music. Pomp Circumstance. Yeah, I know that. Land of Hope and Glory. There we go. Ralph Vaughan Williams. When you know you're a musician when you can pronounce Ralph Vaughan Williams correctly. Also pretty much the same period. Wrote music for orchestras and choirs. He was strongly influenced by traditional folk music. Yes, and he has a foundation that I need money from. Please, give me money. The Ralph Vaughan Williams Foundation. I want money to write music. William Walton, the viola concerto, right? Nope. I wonder if hold on. Yeah. Why is Rebecca Clark not in this? Rebecca Clark should be in this. Walton. Is it some sort of, classic history thing of ignoring the women again? I mean, we talk about women composers all the time. You should have Rebecca Clark. Anyway, so Walton wrote film scores to orchestra, marches for the coronations. I didn't know that. Cool. Good for you. His best known works are probably Facade, which became a ballet, British, and Belshazzar's Feast, which is intended to be sung by a large choir. Honestly, the only thing I knew about Walton was the viola concerto. Britain, we know Britain. Peter Grimes, Billy Budd, Young Person's Guide, yeah, we know that, based on Purcell. He founded the Aldeburgh Festival in Suffolk, which continues to be a popular music event of international importance. You know, I think the Huddersfield one is more. I did my last couple of years in uni in Cheltenham after moving back from Teesside. Walking past all those mansions in my way had me feeling very. I know. That's how I felt as well when I was there. Like there was a bit as well. There was an event where you, walk into. There was a row of fancy mansions, houses, just houses, and you would walk into them one by one and listen to some music there, and it's just like basically just rich people flexing their wealth on us, because like you go into their homes, you see all the paintings and like the decor and all that, and then you have to like put on the shoe covers, and there's music in there, and you can see all of the houses. I was like, oh sure, okay, whatever, enjoy your homes living in Cheltenham. Okay. I didn't know Britain founded a festival. I know other Britain related things. I know his music. I didn't know his historical significance. Other types of popular music, including folk music, jazz, and pop and rock music, have flourished since the 20th century. Britain has had. I love how there's like section listing famous composers, but there is no like listing, I don't know, just bands. Britain has had an impact on popular music around the world due to the wide use of the English language, the UK's cultural links with many countries, and British capacity for invention and innovation. Invention and innovation. Dyfeisio ac arloesi. Oh, arloesi. Oh, okay. I know arloesi is like pioneering. I guess that's the same as innovation. Since the 60s, pop music has been made one of the most important cultural contributions to life in the UK. That's the name of the book! Bands including the Beatles and Rolling Stones continue to have an influence on music both here and abroad. Pop music has continued to innovate. The punk movements, I know that too. The trend towards boy and girl bands in the 1990s. There's many venues that host music events throughout the year, such as Wembley Stadium, the O2 in Greenwich. I've been outside there. Southeast London. Oh my god, I think that is a question. I need to know these. Okay. I think there is literally a question. Wembley Stadium, O2 in Greenwich, SEC Centre. I just don't know the SEC Centre, so I need a mnemonic. Glaswegians are pretty sexy, that's why they have the Sex Centre, right? There we go, that's a mnemonic. Festival season takes place across the UK every summer, with major events in various locations. Famous festivals includes Glastonbury. I know Glastonbury. I didn't know Isle of Wight Festival and Creamfields. I think that is also a question. Okay, Glastonbury, Isle of Wight, Creamfields. Note to self, just the three of these. Many bands and solo artists, both well-known and up-and-coming, perform at these events. Oh my god! Eisteddfod mentioned. Chat. The National Eisteddfod of Wales is an annual cultural festival which includes music, dance, art, and original performances largely in Welsh. Oh yeah, and they hate English as well. that was a whole controversy, wasn't there? About Sage Todd's. Music, dance, art, yeah, includes a number of important competitions for Welsh poetry. You know, you could have mentioned the exact competitions. There's a chairing of the bard, the crowning of the bard. I know all about that. Please put that in the exam. I've been there. I've watched some of that stuff. Imagine if they asked you, oh, what's the difference between the chairing of the bard and the crowning of the bard? What are the different competitions about? Actually, which one is which? Chairing is strict meter, right? Crowning is free meter, I think. You know what? I need to Koroni Cadeirio. Let me Coro Cadeirio. No, what? Noir Cadeirio. Cadeirio is the Cynghanedd. Yep, strict meter. Cynghanedd. They're praising punk music. Imagine being a fan of Bob. Is it Dylan? Would be risky. Is it what? Is it a typo? Or is it no, villain? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I'm guessing it's a play on Bob Dylan then. It is not. No, it's actually, the guy is actually called, no, hold on. The band was formed in 2017 by singer-guitarist Bobby Villain, real name Pascal. It was, okay. And the drummer Bobby Villain. What? Yeah, it is a pun on Bob Dylan and Villain. And they both call themselves Bobby Villain. That is so confusing. Okay, sure. It will be a risky move under this government. Really? Can you enlighten me, QWERTY the Fish? Can you give more details? What do you mean? What are you referring to? Because I can't read that much on the Wikipedia. They're a duo. It's a play on Bob Dylan. They got stirred up in a load of controversy during Glastonbury. Oh, is that why? It's like Kneecap then, right? The Mercury Prize. Oh, I think that is also a question in the exam. There's so much important stuff here. And also, remember, that's the stuff you have to know to be a citizen. So, what is the Mercury Prize? Yeah, I know for a fact that is a question. Do you know what the Mercury Prize is? If you don't know, then again, deported. It's essential for living in the UK. It's awarded each September for the best. I'm going to quiz you, so I'm not going to tell you what that is. From the UK and Ireland. The Brit Awards is an annual event that gives awards in a range of categories such as the Best British Group and the Best British Solo Artist. Sure. Theatre. There are theatres in most towns and cities throughout the UK, ranging from the large to the small. They're an important part of the local communities and often show professional and amateur productions. The West End is a theatre land. I know West End. And The Mousetrap, a murder mystery... What? By Agatha Christie, has been running the West End since 1952 and has had the longest initial run. No way, I didn't know this one. What the hell? Is it still going on? The Mousetrap. The play opened in 1952 and ran continuously until COVID. Uh-oh. And then reopened after the pandemic. Okay, sure. That's crazy. But like, at this point, everyone must know the ending, right? I mean, I don't know the ending, so I guess I would be the target audience. Interesting. I'd love to see that. You know what? I'd love to see that. That sounds pretty cool. I've seen a different mystery play. I forgot which one that was. Because if anyone knows, please tell me. Because my partner took me to a play which was in like a courtroom. You know what I'm talking about? There's an actual courtroom where the play happened, and then there's like a twist ending as well. I forgot the name. Is it like Witness for the Prosecution? This one? Yeah, that's the one. I think that's the one. Yeah, I've seen that one. Seen a different. Oh, it's also Agatha Christie. Of course it is. She loves Agatha Christie. Yeah, I don't know enough about theatre. I'll say that. Mousetrap. I want to see this one. Maybe I'll see that. So, Witness for the Prosecution. Yes. Hello, Kirsty Roderick. Iconic moment in UK music history. Punk gets praise from the powers that has been an interesting note in music history and a profitable product rather than for what it's about. Because it's like a rebellious thing, right? It's always against the establishment. Sorry, mate. That's I mean, it's not technically not praising it. Let's see what it said about punk. No, it just mentioned punk movement of the late 1970s. Doesn't really praise it. So, hello, welcome. I'm reading a lot about like British arts. The BBC was focusing on getting Kneecap off the screens. Were they? I didn't know that either. So they had Bob Villain on screen, which started a chat. Okay, right. I saw something about that on Wiki when I skimmed Wikipedia as well. I'll look into that. That sounds interesting. Again, this kind of stuff is interesting, like what people think, relationships, the clashes, conflicts, rather than just this guy did this thing. Okay, cool. Mousetrap. There's a strong tradition of... Oh yeah, but let me reveal the answer. Weles I ti ar S4C. O, paraclen weles ti fi. Achos o'n i ar dwy raglen dwi'n meddwl. Efallai yr un, o'n i cael fy cyfweld, efallai. Ond dwi eisiau bod ar y teledu eto, ond mae'n dibynnu ar pa fath o bethau dwi'n gallu neud. Please rhowch rhaglen i fi. Rhaglen fy hun. Dwi eisiau dod yn gyflwynydd ar S4C. So ni'n lyfio'r cyfle. I also went on Dros of Request last week to talk about Hong Kong things, and then they randomly started asking me about myself rather than the thing that we were supposed to be discussing. Pnawn da. Yeah. Wedi gweld y fideo, y clip ar y sianel clipiau, lle nes I ymateb, reactio i'r clip bach o fi ar Pnawn da, achos nes I esbonio tymyn bach be o'n i'n feddwl yn y lle pan ces I fy ofyn cwestiynau ac ati. Ac oedd popeth mor gyflym, jyst popeth yn mynd ar unwaith. Ac oedd yna cymaint o gwestiynau mewn cyfnod byr. Okay, let's look at musical theatre. Gilbert and Sullivan. I also know that. Everything with music, I just know more about. Comic operas. I played in the Gilbert and Sullivan Society in Oxford. I played there once. I played the Pirates of Penzance. Yeah, I was playing that on the violin. And that evening was the drunkest I've ever been in my whole life. Fun fact, law drop about Israel. I played this comic opera and then I got really drunk with those people. Often making fun of popular culture and politics. These operas include HMS Pinafore. How to pronounce it? HMS, is it Pina? Pinafore? Pinafore? Or is it Italian? The Pirates of Penzance. And I've been to Penzance. Enjoyed it. Very touristy, obviously, but I like the fact that I've been to Penzance. And then Mikado. Gilbert and Sullivan's work is still often staged by professional and amateur groups. Most recently, Andrew Lloyd Webber has written the music for shows which have been popular throughout the world, including, in collaboration with Tim Rice, Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita, and also Cats and Phantom of the Opera. Yep, I know those very well, except Evita, I guess. The pantomime, I know, I've been to pantomimes as well, so... Many theatres produce a pantomime at Christmas time. They're based on fairy stories and light-hearted plays with music and comedy enjoyed by family and audiences. One of the traditional characters is the Dame, a woman played by a man. Call it what it is. It's drag. Put drag in this book. Make people learn about drag to be a citizen. Penzance is real. I thought they made it up for the pirates. And actually, I knew the Cornish name as well. It's Penzance. Penzance. So pen, you know, like Welsh pen. It's the end of the land. But yeah, it's wild. Everyone only know about the pirates. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice over there. I mean, it's by the sea. It's got a big Asda, I think. I've been to that Asda multiple times. They tried to mynd o nôl y wylio clips. Yeah, mae'n a lot o clips ar y channel, achos dwi'n cyhoeddi un clip y dydd, just achos. Di'r clipau ddim ar y channel yma. Os ti eisiau, ti'n gallu subscribe i'r channel arall, lle dwi'n cyhoeddi clip bob dydd. Os ti eisiau gweld clipiau o'r streamiau, os ti'n methu'r streams, ti'n gallu gweld y clipiau, yr highlights o'r streams. The Dame, yes, there's often a pantomime horse or cow played by two actors in the same costume. The Edinburgh Festival takes place in Edinburgh, Scotland, every summer. I also know that. I've been there just before the festival, and then I saw the stands and I got very confused, and I learned about the festival there. It's a series of different arts and cultural festivals, with the biggest and most well-known being the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. Oh, I didn't know that the Fringe was part of the Edinburgh Festival. I thought it was its own thing. The Fringe is a showcase of mainly theatre and comedy performances. It only often shows experimental work. I don't know much about the drag, but Tace is from... Who's Tace? Should I know Tace? Jinx Monsoon did a run in Pirates and Penzance and Broadway. Wait, what? They did Gilbert and Sullivan? I didn't know that. Oh. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'll be honest, I only know Jinx Monsoon because of Doctor Who, which is, I think that is fair enough, right? Tace, who is that? Welsh drag queen, rapper and model from Newport. She's best known for competing in... Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't watch... as I said, I don't watch TV. So please forgive me for not knowing like TV personalities. That's amazing. What is amazing? Tace is from Castnell with, and we love her. Yeah, but anyway, so they do mention Dame, a woman played by a man, but that's all you get about drag. What else? Maestro, yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, and then I looked into like what they do and all that. That was really cool, just to learn about the culture. It's like a little entry point, right? And then people will be like, oh, Doctor Who is woke now and all that, where it always has been. Oh, that's probably an exam question. The Laurence Olivier Awards take place annually at different venues in London. There are a variety of categories, including Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Actress. The awards are named after the British actor Sir Laurence Olivier, later Lord Olivier, who was best known for his roles in various Shakespeare plays. Why? They didn't even mention the Globe. I'm very surprised. Okay, I need to know Mercury Prize. Oh, I didn't even do that. Mercury Prize, that was a question. That's for the best album and from the UK and Ireland. So that is in the exam. You need to know that to be a citizen. And Brit Awards for like lots of different groups. Laurence Olivier for like theatre. Yo, chat, how are we? Yeah, how are we? I've been streaming for a while. I've been reading through this book, smashing through it. How long have I been? Just over 2 hours. Cool. Art. Let's see if we can finish the art section and then call it a day. Because I love arts and things. You might be surprised, but I really love arts. During the Middle Ages, most art had a religious theme, particularly wall paintings in churches and illustrations in religious books. Much of this was lost after the Protestant Reformation. Adveriat Protest... Fuck. I need to know that. Is it Adveriat, I think? No. De Wickiad. De Wickiad Protestanaidd. Yeah, De Wickiad Protestanaidd. But wealthy families began to collect other paintings and sculptures. Cerfluniae sculptures, paintiatae, Arluniae maybe as well. Many of the painters working in Britain in the 16th and 17th centuries were from abroad. I know that as well. I love going to galleries. Anyone wants to go to the galleries with me? Love going to galleries, especially contemporary ones. For example, Hans Holbein and Sir Anthony van Dyck. I'm vaguely aware of the names, too old. British artists, particularly those painting portraits and landscapes, became well known from the 18th century onwards. When's Turner? James Turner is from like the late Romantic, right? J.M.W. Turner. Sorry, not James, Joseph, but Turner. Turner is from, yep, late 17. No, sorry, my bad. I thought it was 1800s. No, late 1700s, early 1800s. Okay, around the same period. It's like late Beethoven kind of era. Turner. My partner loves Turner. She's such a muse. She just introduces me to all the arts things. It's a shame she's not doing this exam. She'd be so good at these things. And she knows all the kings and queens as well, like more than I do. I have to take the exam, she doesn't. She's not even British. She knows all that shit. Works by British and international artists are displayed in galleries across the UK. Yes, I love galleries. Some of the most well-known galleries are the National Gallery, Tate Britain and Tate Modern. In London, I love the Tate Modern. And one of my fondest childhood memories. The National Museum in Cardiff, Amgueddfa Genedlaethol, and the Scottish National Gallery. I've been there twice in Edinburgh. Pretty sure some of his work is displayed in the Whitworth Gallery. Yeah, the Whitworth is currently doing his, like, what's that called? prints or something. Because when you think of Turner, you usually think about the I don't know the terms. Is that watercolor? Or is that water? Yeah, I was right. Yeah, watercolor. Yeah, usually you think of the watercolors because it's got like pretty nice colors. He's famous for the I don't know the words for those, but you know the scenes, very beautiful colors of like the sky and all that. But then the Whitworth is currently doing his prints, which are completely different. There's a lot in common, obviously. It's still the one guy, but very different vibe. And I went there like when it first started, when it first opened, and I really enjoyed it. But I feel like I still prefer the watercolors because I don't know, I like the colors. 6, the musical will teach you loads about British history. Do I need to 6? Oh, it's about the wives. Okay, sure, that makes sense. Haven't been to the Tate in years. Yeah, story time. When I was a kid, I went to London and Paris. And while we were in London, we went to Tate Modern, and then we saw one of the things being exhibited was called Artist Shit, and I was like 12. I found that incredibly amusing, and that stayed as a core memory of my early teenage years. And then years and years later, when I moved to the UK, I went to London one time. I was like, hey, I kind of want to see that thing again that I saw as a kid. So I went to the Tate Modern, couldn't find it, and I Googled it and saw that it was still in the Tate Modern, but it moved to the paid section. So I would have to buy a ticket to the temporary exhibition. No, I think it was abroad one time. Like one time I went there, it was abroad, and then I went there again. No, let me retell it. Sorry, my bad. So I went to Tate Modern in London, and it said it was not there anymore. It went to the Tate in Liverpool. So a while later, I went to Liverpool, and I tried to look for that exhibit again, and it was in the paid section. I couldn't see it. I mean, I could have paid for it, but I didn't want to. So that was me going all around the country just to chase that one thing that was a core memory of my childhood. And what it is just a little tin can, and there is you don't know what's in it. Purportedly, there is feces in the tin can. I guess they would have done an X-ray check by now, but yeah. He also plays around with sepia tones and color theory to make the colors stand out more. Yes, oh, so nice. Color theory is also a useful skill for when you can't get certain pigments. If you pair orange and grey, the grey looks more blue. Really? Oh my god, I'd love to know that. That's why I rarely go to London anymore. Yeah, no. Me neither. I just can't be asked. Trains are insane. They just keep... I mean, they used to be expensive. Now they're just very expensive. And then I can't stay in London for less than like 80 quid a night. No, I mean I have sofas to crash, but when I'm with someone else, then we have to like go to one of the expensive hotels. Like the last time we went there, we went to somewhere in Greenwich, and then we had like a tiny room that has no bed. It's just a mattress on like a raised platform, like Japanese Zen style, but they just couldn't be asked to put in the bed, and there's no window either, so it's basically a prison. Amazing. And it costs like, I don't know, 100 quid or something. I did my A-level essay on N.E. Green, who had a similar art style and worked with these techniques. So you need to teach me some of that art stuff one day. I love art, but I don't know enough about it. I have a list of things. I had a to-do list a long while ago. I have a list of things I would love to learn about. Like actually learn the theory so that I learn how to appreciate it. Like, for example, architecture. Because I know music, right? I know my shit in music. So when I listen to something, whichever era it's from, I know how to listen. But when I see buildings, I have like associations. I know like this looks like this other building I've seen. There's like the Roman stuff, the Greek stuff, but I don't know anything about what like a theory in architecture. So I'd love to like learn about it more so that I can see something. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what's going on. Oh, that's a good job, good design. And same with photography. I love to learn photography, like how people like make the photos look nice, like what the composition of the photo, and obviously also like all the colors, how people like I don't know the terms. but like make it look nicer. Rather than just slap an Instagram filter on it, and then also painting. Yeah, I love arts. Did I mention that? I love the arts so much, even though I don't know enough about it. I know a lot about one aspect of arts, but yeah, those are the main things I think that were on my to-do list. I'm going to London in January and paying a fortune for a windowless box. Exactly. Not worth it. Not worth going there. I guess again, I'm fine if we're going alone because I've got like plenty of friends that I can like crash. But yeah, if I had to go with my family, for example, I wouldn't be happy at all. Art theories are pretty useful for photo composition. What does that mean? As in like theories from like the world of painting, and then use them in photography. Is that what you mean? Anyway, so important galleries, notable artist Thomas Gainsborough. I don't know this one. A portrait painter. I've been to the portrait gallery, but I didn't know the name. Painted people in the country or garden scenery. Okay. David Allen was a Scottish painter who was best known for painting portraits. Again, portraits. One of his most famous works is called The Origin of Painting. I want to know this. Origin of Painting. David Allen. Cool, I'll look into that. Joseph Turner, that's the one. Influential landscape painter in a modern style. He's considered the artist who raised the profile of landscape painting. I didn't know this one. Very cool. John Constable was a landscape painter most famous for his works of Dedham Vale on the Suffolk-Essex border. No idea what that is. I'd love to see that. The Pre-Raphaelites were an important group of artists in the second half of the 19th century. They painted detailed pictures on religious or literary themes in bright colours. The group included Holman Hunt, Dante Gabriel Rossetti, and Sir John Millish. I don't know why I read it in Scottish Gaelic. Okay, I'm not going to remember all the names, but I'll try. I guess it's because when I go to galleries, you see more non-British painters than British painters, right? Sir John Lavery was a very successful Northern Irish portrait painter. His work included painting the royal family. Oh, wait, who was the guy who painted King Charles? I want to know who that is. Jonathan Yeo. Oh, very cool. Yeah. That's such a classic. Have you guys seen the? I'm sure you've seen the painting of the portrait of King Charles. That was so funny. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Henry Moore was an English sculptor. What's a sculptor in Welsh? It's a cerflunwr. Cerflunydd. Cerflunydd. When it comes to photography, I'm not great at it even as an artist. Would love to learn, just not sure how to explain it. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, you've got to have a sense for it. Like, I think I was talking to someone earlier about like video editing, and I do think I have a sense for the like timing in making video, because I just feel like something's right when I guess that has something to do with me being a musician, right? Because music is also a temporal art form, and video editing is partly visual and partly temporal. Yeah. So he's best known for his large bronze abstract. What is abstract in Welsh? Haniaethol. I have no idea what that word is. Haniaethol. Haniaethol. Okay. Yn bod fe syniad yn unig yn hytrach nag fel faith neu wrthrych a gwrthwyneb I diriaethol. What is diriaethol? Diriaethol, yn bodoli mewn ffurf faterol, rhywbeth yn a gellir ei weld, ei gyffwrdd neu weithiau ei brofi ag un o'r synhwyrau eraill, dirweddol, real. So, I'm going to put this down. Diriaethol and haniaethol. Where do these words come from? Haniaethol. Haniaeth. No idea where it comes from. Haniaeth, abstraction. It looked awful. No disrespect to the artist, though. It was a choice, right? I respect the choice. I wouldn't say it looks awful. It's just amusing to see. John Petts was a Welsh artist, best known for his engravings and stained glass. Stained glass. Glitter stain, maybe? No. Stained glass. Is there a Welsh page? Yeah, there is. Oes. Glitter. Lliw. They call it a colour glass. Glitter lliw. And what's engraving then? Engraving. Engraving yn Gymraeg. Engravio. Engravio a glitter lliw. Lucian Freud was a German-born British artist. He's best known for his portraits. Oh, it's quite recent. Oh yeah, we're going to like living artists now. David Hockney was an important contributor to the pop art movement. I know the pop art movement somewhat of the 1960s and continues to be influential today. The Turner Prize was established in 1984 and another prize. Okay, so Mercury Prize, Best Album, Laurence Olivier Award for Theatre, Turner Prize for Contemporary Art. 4 works are shortlisted every year and shown at Tate Britain before the winner is announced. The Turner Prize is recognized as one of the most prestigious visual art awards. Previous winners include Damien Hirst and Richard Wright. No idea who these are, but it wasn't too bad, but it just looked a bit unfinished. But we don't know what happened because maybe they had a tight deadline because some of the details look really good. Really? Freud painted what's that? What? Oh, so Lee Bower is an artist, a performance artist, and Lucian Freud painted the guy or the person. Is that a person, man, or woman, or is that whatever? Oh, is a man, right? Yeah. Okay. The painting is a favorite of Lucian's daughter, Bella Freud. Okay, I'll look into that later. That looks interesting. Yeah, if I have the time, I would actually love to look into like each of these artists. Sorry, I'm being very biased on this stream because I kept dissing the sports thing, and I'm incredibly interested, and I'm like, I have to look into the arts people because I just like arts. So I would love to like actually look at what these artists did and what the kind of stuff they do. Yeah, if I have the time, I don't have it right now. I want to. How long has it been? It's been 2.5 hours. You know what? I think this will be a good time. We stopped before architecture. I would have loved to do architecture and literature as well. I mean, I'm gonna know some literature people, probably some of them, not lots of them, but some of them. Oh, J.K. Rowling mentioned, but I think it's been a while, and I'm quite hungry, so we're gonna end rather than end before gardening. We're gonna end before architecture. So. I hope you guys enjoyed your little like read aloud session. This is pretty much like an audiobook, poorly read with a lot of commentary. A lot of very, very personal commentary. I hope you enjoyed at least parts of that. And we learned some things together. And I learned a lot from chat as well. I think you guys being here with me and telling me things about the culture and the history really does help me a lot because it gives me context, right? It's like learning a language. When I learn a word, I want to learn it in context, how it's used, and what kinds of words is tied to. And the same when I learn facts. I don't want just one fact. This guy did this. I want the context. Why did this guy do it? Or like in what circumstances did he do it? And you guys gave me a lot of context, especially when it comes to things that you guys actually know. So also that gives me some scope, gives me some like perspective on what things are actual common knowledge among British people, rather than just things in this book that I need to know. I imagine not everyone will know everything in here, but like my understanding is that like every fact in this book is common knowledge to a portion of the population. and it just so happens that I need to know all of that for the exam. But the fact that you guys are here really helps me get some perspective on these facts. So thank you very much for being with me. Wedi Munhai. Bella Freud is a current fashion brand. Oh, really? How do you pronounce that? Bowery Bella? Is that one word? I'm very confused. Bella Freud is a current London-based fashion designer. She's the great-granddaughter... Oh, law drop. Great-granddaughter of Sigmund Freud. Very cool. Wait, so... Lucian Freud was the grandson of Sigmund Freud, right? Yeah. So Freud was the son of... No, hold on. Wrong window. Put this tab here. So Freud was the son of a German Jewish mother, Lucie, and an Austrian Jewish father. Oh, that's why. Yeah, because Freud was Austrian, right? He lived in Vienna. Ernst Freud, an architect, a penseir in Welsh, who was the fourth child of Sigmund Freud. I didn't know he had so many children. Children. 6. Okay, cool. Have you guys seen the Netflix show Freud? It is in German. It is very, very not historical. Yeah, it is a completely huge departure from who Freud actually was. It was like a mystery, detective show kind of thing. I just enjoyed it because it was in like Austrian German. You could see like the variety of Austrian accents in German, because Freud was a pretty like upper class, as far as I understand, upper class Austrian German speaker, and he sounded pretty close to standard German with a bit of an accent, whereas like everyone else in the show I just didn't understand at all. So it was fun to like try to get used to the accent and the words that they use in Vienna. Yeah, just don't treat it as a historical show. Ignore the fact that guy was supposed to be Freud. It was not a bad show. I think usual average Netflix quality. I mean, now Netflix is going to own Warner Brothers, so they're gonna have a bunch of things in their library now. They're gonna have a bunch of IP and previous movies that they own. So I guess the average Netflix quality is going to be like, because of all the Warner Brothers shit. It's crazy to think about. When my sister sent that piece of news to me, I was like, no way, you're joking. I can't believe Netflix is buying Warner Brothers. It's like WB is such a huge company, and I mean, I know Netflix is huge, but it still feels like it's not on the same level as Warner Brothers. It feels like I know it's not, but it feels like still a startup. You know what I mean? And they're still in debt, right? They keep like borrowing, raising their prices, and spending way too much on their content than they can actually earn. So they're still in that phase of like, they're not really making money, but somehow they're buying this very old and famous huge movie studio. It just blows my mind. Netflix subscription cost is about to go through the roof. Oh shit, yeah. I'm already struggling with it because I normally share it with my family, which, I mean, Netflix allows sharing your account with your family, right? But I don't live with my family, so they banned it. I'm like, I use the workaround because I feel like my sharing should be allowed. I feel like in the rules, at least as intended, I should be allowed to share with my actual family, but they wouldn't allow it. So I found a workaround. Now the workaround's not working. I had to find another workaround. So I haven't watched Netflix in a while. And I said I don't watch TV anyway. I just pay for it. I don't know why, because I'm sharing with my family. That's why. I don't even know about that. Even a cheaper subscription is kind of pricey. Yeah, that's why it's not really worth it. If I had to get one for myself, I wouldn't, for sure. I don't care enough about Netflix to actually subscribe to it. I was actually, for a long while, I was going to make a video about like how Netflix is still the best streamer when it comes to language learning, because they have the most international content and they have good subtitles, at least decent ones in lots of different languages. Especially if you have a VPN to like find the right country, so that you get the right subtitles. And I do still think that's true compared to most other streaming services. Most of them just have like American content and British if you're lucky. But Netflix does have stuff from lots of different countries, and that is amazing if you want to learn the language. I love watching Norwegian things on Netflix, like Hjem til Jul or Ragnarök. I don't know why Norwegian content is really good on Netflix, whereas Swedish ones are like meh, in my opinion. Me as a Swedish speaker. The Amazon model: lose money until you're monopoly or get bought out. I mean, that's pretty much like every tech company nowadays, right? Just get a monopoly and then unshitify, or get bought out, but mainly unshitify. I'm thinking of canceling my subscription. There's only a few shows. I don't even watch anything. I think I need to fix my internet problem, otherwise they just kick me out every single time. I don't use international content. I really should. Yeah. I tried to watch the Ryan Reynolds stuff on Netflix just because they have Welsh subtitles. Fun fact, if you didn't know that, they have Welsh subtitles for all the content involving Ryan Reynolds because of Wrexham. And he was like, yeah, let's put Welsh on there. Why not? And also, there is one Welsh show on Netflix, I think. It's originally on S4C, obviously, but then they sold it to Netflix. Dala Mes Direnu. In English, Rough Cut or something. I still haven't seen it. I just don't have time to watch TV. Whenever I have time, I go like read a book or edit a video or something. Like I'm reading this. This is a thick-ass book. This is the thickest book I've read in a while. That's like Harry Potter kind of thickness, and that's in French, obviously. And I only have it because my partner just randomly goes like, hey, I kind of want to read this book. For example, back when we read some Han Kang when she won the Nobel Prize, and then now she really likes this because it's got like, it's about artworks, and I love art, and she loves it even more than I do, so she loves the book. So she got the English translation. I'm like, of course I'm going to read the original in French. So I bought it for a hefty extra price, like 20 quid or something. I bought the Han Kang in German also for like 20 quid. And then I'm reading it. I got through a tiny bit of it, still getting through it. It's French is always easier to read than to speak because it's similar to English. But for some reason, whenever I read French, my brain reads it in like a Canadian accent. I can't get rid of it for some reason. Anyway, that's a digression. How did I get all the way to books? But yeah, I'm not like a big reader, but whenever I have time, I try to read something. I try to remind myself because I really want to build a habit, and it's really difficult. But I do enjoy it when I read something, especially when I read in my target languages, because I'm also being productive, right? I'm also doing something towards one of my goals in life, aka to learn languages. I will say some of the subtitles aren't very accurate. Yeah, they're not. It's true. They never put scam. No, they don't have scam. I don't think they do. I mean, Netflix has a very diverse catalog when it comes to Netflix branded shows, right? For their own stuff. And also you get more mileage if you stick to like Netflix own stuff because they're generally more international. When they license stuff from other studios and companies, they are limited in which countries they can distribute it in. But when they actually commission the content and brand it as a Netflix show, then they can actually distribute it everywhere. And as I said, that's the best thing about Netflix for language learners, because other streamers, they don't commission as much international content, and when they have local content, when they have international content, it's only available locally, so you need a VPN. But Netflix actually, yeah, they pay for like Norwegian stuff, Japanese stuff, everything, Korean K-dramas even, and then they make it available all over the world, and that's amazing. I'm currently glazing Netflix despite my intense hate for their policies as a company. It's like me and Apple, right? I have a MacBook now because I got it from the uni. I like Apple products. I just hate Apple as a company and how they run the company. And same for Netflix. I like Netflix content, but I hate Netflix as a company, like the way they operate and set their rules and, you know, business and shitify and all that. Ragnarok's ending. Has it ended? I haven't finished it. I'm like, so is the current season the last season then? Because I'm like 1 or 2 episodes into the current season, and then I sort of paused, and for so long that it has disappeared from my currently watching. And as I said, I have to fix my workaround. I have that downloaded. That reminds me, I still have a few books I want to read. I haven't started yet. I have a queue. I have a queue. I have a lot of Welsh books because especially wherever I go to Wales, especially to the Eisteddfod, I just end up buying a bunch of books. Still have books there, but a stack of books over there, like Matos. I want to read that. But I also want to alternate between languages, so I do like Welsh and then I do French. I was gonna do my Polish book. I was gonna read Płynąc w ciemnościach because my housemate recommended it. But then my partner said, let's read this one. So I started reading it. And then she's probably going to read 10 pages and give up anyway. That always happens. But I'm the one stuck here to read it all in French. That's the life I chose for myself. Don't bother with Ragnarok's last season. Really? Is it that bad? Is it good for language learning, though? I hate both, lol. Not a fan of Apple, but I can understand the appeal. Especially with how bad Windows is now, right? I think, especially with hardware, Apple's doing really good with hardware. A few years back, when I first started being a creator, I thought about saving up for like a MacBook Pro. I'm glad I didn't because MacBook kind of sucks back then. But that since switching to the new chips, which was a painful process, but now the hardware is really good. And like if I were to get a mobile, like a laptop, and if I didn't dislike Apple so much as a company, I would 100% of the time go for a MacBook just because the hardware is so good. Like I can actually edit video on a MacBook Air, and I've actually have done that already. I've had the MacBook for like a week or 2, and if you go to my clips channel, you look at the clips that were clipped from the chatting stream about the Hong Kong fire. Those clips were made on the MacBook. So I was sitting in the kitchen with the MacBook Air making those clips for like 3 hours straight. I don't know how long, but hours and hours. And it used like 20% battery. That's insane. Like my computer, my Windows laptop dies in 2 hours max when I'm just like browsing the web on it. And that guy is editing videos for hours and using a tiny bit of battery. There's no comparison. But yeah, on my Windows laptop, I started editing videos on my Windows laptop, and it doesn't even have a graphics card, like a proper one. So that's why it was just pain until I got this computer. Anyway, I have one by Baxter here, and I've been meaning to read them by one Alice Wong. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I want to reread some books by Gada Chapek. I don't know who those people are. We'll go to British authors and literature giants in the next stream, but by then I will see. Oh wait, hold on. Pro tip: work for a company that will buy your Mac and not force you to install any spyware crap. I mean, currently mine is from the uni. It's on loan, so technically I have to return it, and it has got a lot of like crap on it. Like it's got a VPN, it's got the some sort of protect. It's got Windows Defender, no, Microsoft Defender on it, and it's stupid because it's not even a Windows, but they put it on there. And then recently I just turned it on, and then it suddenly had an extra thing running in the background. Definitely what the uni's doing with it. But you know what? As long as it can do what I need it to do, that's fine. I'll return it anyway, in theory. Yes, I will do that when they ask for it back. But yeah, that was the only reason I got it, because I personally can't justify paying for a Mac because price, and also again, I don't like the company, but if someone's giving one to me, I will make the most out of that. Anyway, so yeah, I'll see you all